Welcome to Nick on the Mic. I'm your host, Nick, and with me always is our co-host, Sir Gio Trades. Gio, 7-day strong green for AMC stock. I mean, after hours 15:54, as you can see on the screen, how are we feeling today?
Nick, I'm just going to be honest. This is the best I've ever seen AMC's chart, and this is going all the way back to January. So it's been a couple months, but it's looking really good going forward.
I would agree, Gio, 100%. But before we get on to AMC, I just want to do a special shout out for everybody that has seen the first video and did support. Thank you. If you do get a chance and you haven't seen the first video, check that out. Also, if you could, like, comment, subscribe. We love your feedback. Thank you, everybody that has supported the first video. But for this video, we're going to go over a couple things. Ortex signals for last Friday and also today. A little bit of Fintel short interest data. We love that short interest data, and some new financial institution buyers. That is very, very good news for AMC holders. And we're going to end the show with a technical analysis with Gio, as well as what we should be looking forward to this upcoming week. Okay, so we'll get right into it. The Ortex data for last, I think, yes, exactly, May 15th. Ortex, this is a, I don't know how else to put this, but it's if you were going to look for a basketball player for their statistics, this is almost exactly, but for stocks. It's almost a financial analytics. And specifically, they have had a new trading signal of a short squeeze incoming. And they are usually 99% accurate. I mean, you would elaborate more on this, Gio, but I know for specifically they are 2 days behind. Am I right?
Yep. So basically what we're seeing, so this data is reflecting what happened Thursday. So it is 2 days behind.
Yeah, and what they are saying, a short squeeze signal was generated based on recent price increase in the high shorting level in AMC. The mean return for this signal is 44.53%. Gio, I mean, this can't be accurate.
No, not at all. And the reason why is because they're not including margin calls. That they're not factoring that in, and it's what they're taking is this mean return is based on historical data and the assumption of a gamma squeeze that is pretty much already known that it is coming. If you just look at the option, we're going to go into that in a second. But Ortex understands what's happening. If you look at their Twitter, they're constantly talking about it, and they know that with the amount of contracts that are already in the money, there's a squeeze coming. But they're not going to say the true amount. They're going to tell you what they're seeing based on what can happen from this gamma squeeze alone, and not just the market calls from the short squeeze that's coming as well. Yeah,
it's very, very, very conservative estimate. But this is good news, because if news is exploiting a short squeeze, this only brings more attention to the retail investors and more people to buy, and possibly even the inevitable of the short squeeze happening possibly this week. You never know. All right. And as well as they also posted today some new short interest update. There has been a lot of share lending activity in AMC today. You could see the price action. Seen over 10 million shares borrowed and 17 million shares returned. So, shares are being returned, but they're double downing on their short position. I just don't understand, Gio. I mean, they are literally almost shooting themselves in the foot. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. And they know what they're doing. But they've been doing this since February. So since after that short squeeze, everyone kind of gave up on GameStop and started targeting AMC. And these hedge funds decided to double down on their short positions. And you got to think they've been doing this since the stock was at $5 or $6, and that's what they got it down to, and now it's trading at 15 plus. So they are big time in the hole, and they understand that. So they're going to continue doing this naked shorting and pushing this FUD. I think we're going to see a lot more of that coming in the upcoming weeks. I think they're going to fake a short squeeze. I think we're going to talk about that later in the video. But one thing I do want to mention is the options open interest for the AMC call options. If you look at what's expiring this coming Friday, it's May 21st. It's a massive expiration date. They are already in the money. If you include what's from $11.50 all the way to $15, 110,000 contracts, Nick.
Oh my God.
If you do the math, obviously you got to multiply each contract by 100 shares, and it equates to 11,050,000 shares that would need to be purchased by clearinghouses if AMC closes above $15 this Friday, Nick.
People, we already know what that means. that means a rocket. That means even more volatile price action. I'm telling you, I maybe by this end of this week we could see 20, but at the end, I mean, I don't want to jump straight into what we possibly could expect, but for almost also really, really good news, we have more institutional buyers, right? As we can see on Fintel's data, we can go straight into the institutional owners. More and more institutionals are dumping into this stock. I mean, we can see just right off the bat, State Street Corp, 6.5 million shares were bought today. Let's go into more. Nuveen Asset Management, 1.7 million. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, we're getting some big buys, Nick, and obviously it's great news for us because they're just adding more wood to the fire. But at the end, we're not institutions. We're like the small end of this trade. We're the retail investors, and we obviously we prefer more retail investors over institutions, because when these institutions begin selling off, they're not just selling off a couple hundred shares or 1,000. This could be 10, 20, 50, 100,000 shares that they're unloading, and it's going to drastically reduce the price when they do this. So it is great news, but obviously, I just want to reiterate, we would prefer far more retail investors over institutions getting in on this short squeeze.
Yeah, we are not. I want to reiterate this. We are not financial advisors, and this is not financial advice. But we do love the growing movement of more and more people being woken into what is actually coming, and this is coming quick, people. I'm all this information, the short interest data, more institutional buyout. This is only validating this squeeze being more inevitable and more coming sooner. Wouldn't you agree, Gio?
Yeah, it's bound to happen. We are literally weeks, if not days away.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see today, and if you have been watching the stock today, I mean, the price action today was perfect. I mean, we're in the green. This is 7 days strong in the green. I mean, Gio, can you elaborate more on the chart? I mean, I have it pulled up on the screen.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the 10-minute chart right now. Actually, I'm going to change it to 5 real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm looking at the 5-minute chart on the daily, and right out the gate, AMC exploded. So right from opening bell, we hit a high of I think 1438, and then they obviously began short laddering the stock down again. We went all the way down to a low, which is now our key support level at I believe it is 1340. Yep, so 1340 is our new key support level. And throughout the rest of the day, we were actually able to regain above VWAP, and we actually closed above it. And then if you just look at after hours, just look at that, Nick. That's just a little preview of what's coming. I'll say that.
1554, and this is not the short squeeze. People do not see this and say, "Is this it?" I mean, like if the next couple of days you do see the price do float around 15. This is not it. So when we do have the short squeeze, Gio, when do you think? Like by the end of this week, what prices could we see? I mean, could you give us an estimate?
I personally, we're not going to see the margin calls get hit, right out the gate or right, some point this week. We're going to see a gamma squeeze, and then eventually, after that, the prices are going to be too high for for these lenders to take on that risk, and they're gonna hit these margin calls to these hedge funds, and they're gonna want their money back. So before that happens, I think we're gonna see a gamma squeeze over the next 2 weeks, and we're gonna see. I think we can see anywhere from 23 to 25 at max. I think we're gonna retest the highs we saw back in January, and I'm actually gonna go over that in a second, which is the key resistance levels that we do need to break. But I think at some point this week we're gonna see 18 to 21, and then going into next week, you could possibly see up to 25 again.
Yeah, that would be the goal. I mean, if we do open tomorrow and we do get past that 1454, it's takeoff from here. People and I'm gonna go over the key resistance levels that we do need to break for this to continue. First one is 1580. That's what we saw today at pre-market, or excuse me, after hours. That was a high we reached. We reached 1580, dropped all the way down to I think 1507 or 1508. And then we closed the day at 1549. So it's still extremely bullish, looking great from the day's close. So if we break 1580, our next stop where resistance would be 18. If we break 18, the next one would be 23, which is one of the highs we saw after the squeeze in January. And then after 23, then the next one would be 2580. We break 2580, there's no ceiling after that. So Nick, well, this could go to 30, it could go to 40, it could go to 50.
or way higher after that too. So there's just no ceiling at that point. So we break 25.80, it's game over.
I'm excited. I got my popcorn ready, Gio. Thank you so much for people that did get to check out this video. Like I said, we tried I'm going to make these videos under 10 minutes, a little bit under 12, try to concise it, be straight to the point, but post it more frequently. Like if we do see a lot of price action today and it possibly shoots up to 20, expect a video coming on later on Monday night, Tuesday night, let me be correct. And Gio, yeah, do you have anything else to say to the people that are watching?
Yeah, I'm just going to include two more things. One thing I do want to point out or mention is that I would expect a fake short squeeze that is going to be pushed by these hedge funds. They're going to be paying, Market Watch, Motley Fool, Benzinga. They're all going to be paid well off for the next couple of days, because I'm anticipating a fake short squeeze going into that June 2nd recount to bring in more selling pressure. And to be honest, I think it's going to backfire on them, and it's only going to cause even more buying pressure to come in after that, when that June 2nd date hits and the share recount comes out and it's well over the billions, Nick. So yeah, this is it's only going to heat up from here on out. I'll say that.
Yeah, I can't agree more, Gio. Thank you so much for hopping on and giving your great input today. And thank you for the people that do watching this video right now. Please, if you do have the chance, like, comment, subscribe. We love your feedback. And Gio, anything else?
Just June 2nd. That's the main day we got to pay attention to, and then obviously this coming Friday with the options expiring. So after June 2nd, then we got June 18th. I'd expect the squeeze to come, between the 2nd and the 18th. Could happen after the 18th, but mid-June I think looks really good for us. I'll say that.
Yeah, people, be patient. This is not the squeeze yet. Please
got a couple more weeks.
Be patient. June 2nd's a big day. I would agree. Thank you so much for watching. And this is your show, Nick on the mic. Thank you so much, Gio. And have a great day.